Archer out.
Sorry about that.
Cover. Under fire. Advancing. Cover me. I got you covered. Got her. Keep fire position. Cover me. I'm reloading.
I'm going to wait for this guy to walk forward. And he's been poisoned.
Lighter up.
Oh. Yeah, so I've moved the headset away from the handset away from the controller. That should be okay now. Oh, oh. Okay, I picked something up off this man. So, A Few Acres of Snow, which is the Canadian board game I have, it's made by an Englishman, but it's apparently I think it's a quote from Voltaire, maybe about the French and the British fighting over Canada, which he described as a few acres of snow, and it's about the French and the British fighting over Canada, and it's a very good game. I really enjoy it. It takes quite a long time to play. One of the interesting things about it is that you have to kind of go and set up bases by using resources. And, of course, in the real world at that time, the resources needed to fund expeditions or to pay for soldiers or to, you know, the settlers you need would all have to be shipped in, of course, from France or from Britain. And so to simulate the kind of delays that that people faced, and to also simulate that, you know, you ask for a shipment soldiers to come in, but you might get settlers instead. You draw your resources from a deck of cards, but you have to shuffle it beforehand. It's a deck building game, so you're never sure quite what you're going to get. And I really enjoy it. There was one massive problem with it, though. It's a few years old now, which is that the people on Board Game Geek, once they started playing it, realized there was an not only kind of maximum efficient, but effectively unbeatable strategy if you were playing as one of the sides. And so everybody said the game was broken. But if you don't look that strategy up, it's fine. It's quite cheap now, A Few Acres of... let me rephrase that. Because it's quite old now in game terms, you could possibly pick it up quite cheaply. So if you have a board game group or a friend who likes historical games with strategy and a bit of randomness...
what happened here?
Then it might be a good buy. Okay, I don't talk during these little bits of narration, so
As we push deeper into the valley, I feel reassured that this is the work I was chosen to perform. My stigmata itch with sensation. It is a constant reminder of my higher purpose, of my singular position in this higher purpose. I was a child, innocent of the evils of the world. Then, one night, I woke in such pain, a scream on my lips. Blood dripped from my palms when I saw it. I was terrified. It marked me. It meant something. I cannot shirk this mission any more than I can shirk my own hands.
Okay. Now, I just want to look this up. So, the character's talking about the stigmata. That triggered a memory in me. Not a trigger warning. But there's something called hemolacria, or hemolacria. Haemo, which will be blood, lacria, lacrimosis, sadness, so that's tears, I guess. Apparently, this is from Wikipedia. Hemolacria is a physical condition that causes a person to produce tears that are partially composed of blood. It can manifest as tears that are anything from merely red tinged to appearing to be entirely made of blood. It is a symptom of a number of diseases and may also be indicative of a tumour in the lacrimal apparatus. It is most often provoked by local factors such as bacterial conjunctivitis and environmental damage or injuries. Acute hemolacria can occur in fertile women and seems to be induced in hormones, similar to what happens in endometriosis. There you are, that's a bit of... that's possibly the weirdest thing you'll hear on a video game stream today. But the more you know.
Jacob, I think I'm close to the train yard. Are you there?
Okay, it's full.
A badge of rank in a military order. Trinity.
Okay. Oh, was ist
Another
das?
Soviet plaque. Enemies must answer for their crimes. Bit grim.
I don't know if you read this, but there are things I've played this game, but there are bits of text around the world that you can read, and it kind of levels up her reading and language experience. So she then go on to read secrets in the game. It's a bit... It has a few too many human encounters for me, this so far. I'd prefer something more like the original Tomb Raider, which had... I mean, the original Tomb Raider, which had hardly enemies in it at all. I'll just check the map. Survival cache. Oh, okay.
What took you so long?
I thought I lost you back there.
Not a chance. Thanks for getting me out of that place.
Let's move! We can get up through there!
I'll start shouting because tension. Oh. Oh, it's a chase bit. Oh, this is a bit freaky. Holy shit. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like it. Oh, made it. Just in case the chat room has crashed, Wink, the last comment I see from you is that the name is familiar. That's the last thing you said, that's fine. But I wouldn't want you to be saying and not responding, and me not responding.
fight.
Oh.
Dad?
Am I using Streambot? I don't know what Streambot is. I'm on the PlayStation 4, obviously, and I've got an app for my Android phone
Take it easy.
that allows me to open up a chat room.
Yes.
So I'm accessing the Twitch chat room, kind of using an IRC client, not an IRC client, but a client, but an Android app.
You could have
Um,
left me in that river.
I haven't seen Gren.
Would you have
That
left me?
if you're referring to the forum member.
I'd have thought about it.
Yes,
Makes
the
you think I
T-Rex
didn't.
fight in Tomb Raider. It's quite a moment when that happened.
So what makes you risk so much to come here?
The divine source.
Oh, this is the Prophet.
I know what you're looking for.
He's a dark-skinned man with blue eyes. It's like something out of you've seen a Texas church
But I
poster.
want to know why.
When I was young, it was just my father and I. He was an archaeologist too. In his last years, he was obsessed with myths about immortality. Of course, no one believed him, including me. Our last conversation was a fight. He took his own life.
But he didn't. He was murdered.
I thought I'd come to terms
I
with
think
it,
we'll
but
see that later.
Something else happened.
then I saw something that I thought was impossible. It changed everything. I realized my father was right. He died alone and broken. But he died for something.
So you believe the divine source is real?
I honestly don't know. But if there is any truth to it, I have to find out.
The more I look at this male character, the
needs
more
to
it does
be
look like somebody
researched
who'd
and
appear in a
studied.
Cable
It can
Jesus
make a difference
biopic.
to the world. It's not something to be hidden
Not Cable
away.
Jesus, but a biopic about Jesus on cable.
A difference is not always for the best. Would you wish Trinity to have the secret to immortality?
Of course not.
Then I would ask you not to abandon your quest, but to alter its path. Join me and my people. Help us repel Constantine and Trinity.
Then after that's done,
And you leave our valley untouched. But knowing that you've done the right thing.
no.
The shadows from
I'm
the hair on
sorry.
her face are
I
pretty
can't
amazing.
do that.
Can't. Or won't.
I'll fight Trinity with you, but my goal remains the same. If I give up now,
You'd feel like you'd be letting him down.
not just him. I need answers, Jacob. I need to understand. You're leaving.
You're not ready for this yet, child.
Right now, my concern is for my village. It's over the mountain pass. A day's journey on foot. But there may be a faster way through the old copper mine. You rest. I'll be back soon.
So Wink GWJ said that he says the hair falling is distracting, which it is, I suppose. In the
Jacob,
Tomb Raider
are you
game,
there?
he like. Oh, I'll let her finish her discussion.
Damn it.
In the
Where
Tomb
is he?